You know, and then we got a bunch of pedals.
Yeah.
You know, we got a whole bunch of pedals.
So how much of the pedal game has changed? Because to
Not
me,
a lot.
they
They're
look
pretty
yeah, they
similar.
look pretty similar.
One thing we have added is the EchoFix Chorus Echo
What the hell is that?
EFX3R. Have you not seen those yet?
No, is this new?
Amazing. It's an Australian, the rack mount, and they have like a freestanding unit also, but it's got tapes in there, and it's tourable. You know, it doesn't break down as often as some of your old Echoes, you know, like an Echoplex or something.
Yeah.
And it sounds
Where
fantastic.
do you even find the tape? Do they sell the tape?
They sell the tape.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
actually, I think you just replaced the tape today and that one,
just
didn't
this
you?
afternoon.
Yeah,
And then how many hours do you get out of the tape before it?
They say 50 to 200. I usually swap it out around that 50,
Sure.
50
Yeah.
mark. 200 gets pretty warbly.
I was going to say, if you let it go too long, does it just sound like too?
starts disintegrating.
Yeah,
It's
which
cool for.
it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, keep
No,
the
I
old
bet
tape
it's-
for the
yeah,
studio.
totally, yeah.
But yeah, we're using it right now. We're just using it for a slapback thing. So you want it clean, and you just kind of want that mirror image. Maybe a little bit of
That is
something.
And I think
but
just
to
as bad as
say
cool as shit.
to say the most ridiculous thing you could say, I think I switched the Centaurs out. I think I put the gold horse in place of the silver
one.
non-horse. Yeah,
Which
I'm
we
not
talked
even
before,
gonna
and you
talk
said-
about hearing the difference. I don't know. I don't know if there's a difference in it. That one seems a little hotter, a little bit more mid-range maybe, but I don't know. Who knows?
I'd have to defer to like JD Simo and something like that. 'Cause
Yeah,
that guy
right.
has ears that I just don't
He
have.
does have a very good set of hearers.
He does.
And then we got a whole bunch of Chase Bliss.
We got the Chase
still.
Bliss stuff, which
Michael,
we've had.
I think if I'm afraid to do this, I'm so scared to do it because I don't want to turn a knob.
So yeah, this is all stuff that we've had before.
Yeah, this is all the same pretty much.
Wait, maybe the tentacle is new.
The stereo field, the tentacle in the earlier iteration was mounted underneath the pedal
Oh,
board.
okay.
But we brought it back over here, and there
There's
are
the
a handful
secret.
of.
There's the
the
secret.
secret
Don't
sauce,
tell
yeah.
anybody. The
had that last
Ibanez.
time.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
Michael's. Yeah, Michael found
Oh, you
that.
still? Yeah. Is it
And I
on
mean,
ramp?
everything's almost all the way to the left. It's just adds a little bit of room, a little bit of space.
Yeah, the Hologram Electronics Microcosm, a Tennessee company. I think they're out in Chattanooga
Listen,
or Knoxville, one of the two.
I love that thing, but you got to be pretty brave to use it. It is so unpredictable.
It is.
It
yeah.
is wild, man. I love it. It is unreal.
I
It's such
sat
a cool
down
pedal.
in COVID and learned how to operate 4 Chase Bliss pedals. Yes,
That's an
that is what I
accomplishment.
did. That's
Yeah.
like kind of like writing War and Peace. You know,
Yeah.
it took about the same amount of time.
Joel was a mad scientist, man.
Yeah,
Like, we've said
he
this before.
really is.
Coolest guy in the world, but also like
Brilliant.
what a brilliant mind.
Yeah,
Really
you know?
brilliant.
yeah. One of those people when you're in the room with him, you feel like it's like sitting in with Nels Klein. It's that same kind of feeling where it's like I'm glad this guy's nice, or he could make me look like an idiot at any
time.
moment.
Yeah, totally. As
Yeah.
a matter of fact, man, when these first came out at NAMM, I remember being like, holy
Shocking.
shit.
Yeah.
That thing is amazing.
It is
sounding.
shocking. And
And the
this
other
one
one's a
with all the
reverb?
reverbs,
Yeah.
it's like the old Lexicon reverb, like the Bob Clear Mountain. You know, you
Yeah.
could mix a U2 record with
Right.
this, you know.
It's almost like having outboard gear.
I mean, to get this kind of, these sounds and this much stuff, you would need, you know, half of a room in a studio in 1982.
Right.
You know, but now you can put it in a road case. and
Amazing.
control it with a foot switcher, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. And then King of Tone, obviously, a lot of
That gets a lot of use.
Analog Man stuff, yeah.
And this is like, let's see, I got Sunline. That's the first Sunline that he made, as far as we know.
that's right.
Yeah, Mark Ford gave me that. Oh, and then we
What's
added
going on with
the
the Pete
Cornish.
Cornish?
Yeah, we added the Cornish optic compressor.
So Corey Brandon went through a little
Yeah, he got in a
phase
big
where
Cornish
he was
phase.
getting in trouble buying all this Pete Cornish
dangerous
shit.
game.
No,
You know,
yeah.
and then of course I don't think any of it's on his board anymore.
Right.
but-
Yeah, the Cornish game hand.
Yeah.
And then we have this 4-knob analog man compressor for more of less of an effect and more of a conditioning thing. And then this is like, you know, when you want to go. Is that right, or did I get it backwards?
Kind of backwards.
Got-
Yeah, this is the one.
The Cornish is always on kind of thing.
Yeah, not always, but with the Strats and stuff, it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
lifts it
Just
to
give a little.
compete with the PAFs.
And it retains so much top end. It's, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it is really transparent.
Oh. Ooh.
I wish I was on strike from saying that word.
Yeah. True bypass, transparent.
Yeah.
Gotta love those
But,
marketing words.
So yeah, this one is for when you want to just hold a note and go get some lunch or whatever. Yep, fun stuff.
Fun stuff. And then the Wampler, is that just maybe a backup, or was that before you got this new Australian unit?
It's a backup. So that board in and of itself with a couple of cable swaps can become a whole rig.
Sure.
Yeah.
The first 3 presets on both pedals are just kind of
Ready to rock.
ready to go.
Yeah.
Tap tempo on
So
the
we got a
delay,
fly date or
a little
something.
tuner.
Sure.
And it's, you know, in my head when I first put it together, it was like, if something catastrophic happened, I can throw that on the floor.
Yeah.
And
We can play
quickly
the
get
show.
after
You lose all cabin pressure. You can
Yeah.
just go right to that sucker.
This
yeah.
is the oxygen mask of the
Yeah,
rig.
yeah, totally. Well, let me think. Is there anything else we didn't talk about?
I think we're good.
Still on the Aura Spectrum.
Yeah, I still love the Aura Spectrum
They're great.
DIs. They sound really good out front, and you know, you can get loud enough. If you have to put a feedback buster in, you can do that. And you know, I'll usually take my guitars and have them, you know, do images of those actual instruments.
Of your actual instruments,
Yeah.
yeah. Now, that Keeley double tracker is something I recently came across, and it's real cool.
That's really neat.
How are you using it?
I use it for the slide guitar.
Okay.
Like an ADT, like George Harrison
Totally
sounding
fatten you
slide.
up, yeah.
And on Miles off of Weather Vanes, that's what we did. We used the ADT in the studio.
Sure.
So
The wetness signal from that goes only to the magnetones, and the dry output goes to the
Oh,
bottom
cool.
3 amps. So it's a real
it is a
juxtaposition.
big,
Yeah.
full sound, which is nice because, you know, it's a single note line. So it's
Right.
like, it's the George Harrison melodic slide thing. So there's just one note happening at a time. And
Right.
it kind of gives everything some heft, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even in a different context, that thing rules. That double tracker is almost.
Yeah, that's a cool pedal.
It's a very cool pedal, man.
Yeah.
Robert's always on to something cool, for
Yep.
sure. And then you're still controlling everything with the RJM.
Yeah.
And just a couple of
Mission
yeah.
controllers, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to operate, not easy to maintain, but
That's why you pay this guy the big bucks.
yeah.
One of the
Yes.
hardest working men in show
I
business,
know,
right here.
really. Yeah, and we have sort of developed all this stuff together, you know.
Yeah.
I've just wanted something or needed some. Michael comes in the studio and helps me get tones in there,
Sure.
and then we you know, he figures out how to replicate them when we go on stage, and
Yeah.
you know, I don't tell him that it would be really hard to do this with anybody else, but it would be. Yeah, it'd be tough. You know. Yes, like if he dropped this off at my house, I would have to FaceTime him to turn it on.
Like,
you know.
dude, yeah.
He'd have to walk me
How do
through.
you operate the flux capacitor?
Yeah, I don't know which one of these sends me back to the future, Michael.